But in the vibrational world that is really the dominant world that you live in, effort in and of itself implies resistance. So anytime effort feels required, you can be certain that there is some resistance in the mix. Now, if you're talking about pulling a heavy object from one place to another, and you're working in a physical example where you want to drag that heavy microphone over to another place, especially since it's all taped down, then the more effort that you apply to it, the more likelihood you would have of dragging the microphone across the stage to another place. But we're not talking about physical manifestation, we're talking about the movement of energy. And when effort is required, there is always an indication that there is resistance in the mix. And so your work is to release the resistance, not to apply more effort. Does that make sense to you? Now, of course, you can apply more effort, but then you get all stressed out. Then you sleep. And when you sleep, you release resistance and momentum stops. So we're just showing you a much easier way. Don't let this practice you have of efforting translate into energy, because it just doesn't work that way. It really is, for most people, a train that way, a train that way, a train that way, a train toward desire, a train toward doubt, a train toward desire, a train toward doubt, till you've got this tug of war going on within you. And if you could just release those thoughts, just release the resistant thoughts, then your desire would carry you swiftly. So when you think about what we just said to you in this example, and then you superimpose it over that night at dinner, there wasn't any efforting going on. There was no struggle. There was no trying to convince anyone of anything. There was no work on changing beliefs. It was just blissful, 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 blissful. No resistance in the mix. And look what happened. So it's the same. Isn't it nice to have an experience like that, that is so vivid and so obvious, and that you understand so well? And doesn't it seem easy to replicate it again and again and again and again? So we have some questions for you. Do you believe that your jackpot and other wonderful things are in your vortex?
Yes.
And do you believe that your inner being knows where everything is and the best timing for all of it?
They do, but I would like to be notified, when to go. Yes.
So you just said to us, I do believe that they know.
Yes.
I believe that they know, but I would like to be in the receptive mode so that when they're telling me something, I hear it. So we want you to know we're always notifying you. The question is, are you in the receptive mode, and are you picking up on the notification? If you're in an ornery mood, you're not. If you're worried about something, you're not. If you're feeling like things aren't working, things are impossible, then you're not. But if you're blissful and playful and open and happy, then the impulse calls you, just like it did, to that table, and then from that table to another place. You see? The notification is always being sent to you. The question is, are you receiving it? And sometimes the notification is, not quite yet, not quite yet, not quite yet. Look over there instead. Look over there instead. Come over here instead. Come over here instead. Come over. Now look. Boom. Helpful?
Very helpful.